everybody, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Welcome to Fun Fold Friday. You guys know how much I love my fun folds, and if you have spent any time on my channel at all, you will see that I have a variety of fun fold projects for you here. Every Friday I do a fun fold card, and today's is no exception. We have a cool pull-out card with a gift card holder. So you can pull it completely out if you want to, but it is a pull-out. And that is our fun fold for today. We are using the Christmas Scottie stamp set. As you can see how cute he is on our card. And in the background here, I have used the Woodland, Whimsical Woodland. It's an embossing folder and it is amazing. So if you don't own this, check it out. The link is in the description below. I've also used the Stylish Shapes dies, and I have used a variety of sizes. Let me pull those out. I have used this banner right here for our Merry Christmas. I have used this small, well, it's the second smallest, or actually the third smallest circle for my pull-out circle. Okay, for the circle on the front here, I have used the second largest circle. And we are also going to be using the same circle here to do this cutout piece. So I'm going to leave that out because I will need that. Because you got to have a little cutout piece, right? You got to have one there and you got to have one down at the bottom. So we're going to cut it in two places. And I will show you how to do that, but we are using that third from the smallest size. And this is a phenomenal value, $36.75, I believe, for this bundle. It's a great deal. The stamp set is amazing. And today is my 6th day of projects. So if you guys need any excuse to buy this stamp set, head on over to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. Check that out. Or my YouTube channel has 5 other videos besides this one. So check those out as well. We're going to use some really cute paper today. You can see this paper here with the trees. And it is from our Celebrate Everything. It's an amazing pack. And we are going to be coloring it with our Stampin' Blend. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm using Granny Apple Green Dark and then the Light and Dark Parakeet Party. I thought the brightness of the Parakeet Party was really pretty. And so this piece here that I'm using, this piece here that I'm coloring, the smaller piece, is the inside here for the pocket for the gift card holder. So we're just gonna deposit color. And I'm just trying to just vary where I'm putting what colors so that I don't have everything near each other the same color. So this was the dark parakeet. Let's put some dark Granny Apple Green on here. Fill that tree in. All right, and let's do the star and this little tree. Let's do this star also. And then let's do some Light Parakeet Party. Let's color that. And let's do this star here and this tree. And then I'm going to do, I think, the regular Parakeet Party, the dark one. I'm going to put that one here. All right, that's it for that piece. Let's move on. And it's just random. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to, like I said, put color where there isn't. So I'm just varying where I'm placing it. And I'm making choices across my piece. And the reason that I have the scrap paper is in case I go off the edge, like when I get these edges here, I don't want to put it on my mat. So that's why I'm using a scrap piece. So as you can see, I'm just basically working my way across and filling in wherever I think I might need this parakeet party color. Let's do this one also. All right, let's switch to dark granny apple green. So we'll do that. Work our way down. Let's do this tree. We'll skip that one. We'll do this one. Let's do this star. Let's do this star. Let's do this tree. Let's do this stripe on that tree. And let's do that one, and let's do this tree here. And then whatever's left, we'll do in the light parakeet party. And then we'll be ready to start our project. This was the part that is the most time consuming, but I think it's fun. I'll give you the measurements on these pieces here in a second. I wanted to do all the measurements at the same time. All right, so that is our other piece. Now you can leave them, or you can color them any color you want. These are the colors that I chose. I wanted to do monochromatic green. I think it turned out really good with this pop of white and black. I really love how it turned out. So it's up to you how you want to, do your projects. But this was my choice. So we have a piece here. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4 of, I'm sorry, 5.5 by 8.5. Sorry, not 4 1/4 of our granny apple green base. And then we have a piece of basic white that is 4.5 by 3 3/4. And it is the basic white that I have put through that Whimsical Woodlands 3D embossing folder. But I need to score this first piece of 5.5 by 8.5 granny apple green, and it is going to be scored at 4 inches and 8 inches. So at 4 and at 8 down the long length. That's all the scoring. And we're going to go ahead and use our bone folder, and we're going to burnish along those score lines. Now this piece here is going to get adhesive, so I'm going to bring my mat in. Okay, and I'm going to put adhesive right here, and I'm going to glue this piece closed. So I'm just running it along this edge. Gonna hold it down until I press this corner, and then I'm just gonna lightly press, just going back and forth until it bonds. I also want to do a very light prep of adhesive. I didn't want to do it before I glued that end because I didn't want it to stick there, but I'm going to do a light adhesive just down here, just that amount. Okay, and I'm just going to press that gentle and get that adhesive to stick my card together at the bottom, at the base. Any extra, I will just move with my fingers. Remove with my fingers is what I meant. And then I will bring in my adhesive remover and erase anything that got on my cardstock. All right, so now we have it sealed at the bottom. So now I'm going to use that piece of Whimsy, Woodland Whimsy, or Whimsy Woodland. Can't remember now. That's why you guys have to watch me. Whimsical Woodlands. Because, I mean, you never know what I'm going to say. So we're going to go ahead and attach this layer here. And I want to put that near the bottom. I want to make sure I have it evenly across. And this is going to be the front flap of our card. So once this is adhered nicely, I'm going to set this to the side for right now. We are going to take this strip, which is 8.5, I believe, by 2. Yep, 8.5 by 2. And this is Parakeet Party, and it is the piece that I use to do the belly band all the way around our piece, okay? So we're going to go ahead and glue this 8.5 by, I believe it's 1 3/4, yep. That we went ahead and attached our, that we colored in our Stampin' Blends with. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on this piece of DSP, and you can see it's a little longer than my map, but that's okay. I just have to be real careful. All right, and now I'm going to attach this onto the larger piece, the 2" by 8.5, so they're going to meet at the ends. And then there's going to be a border on the top and bottom of 1/8 of an inch. And so I'm just going to lightly run my fingers along those edges and get them to bond with my cardstock. Just real light. And then I'm going to slide and do it again. And I always tend to cut my paper just slightly longer than it needs to be. So I definitely need to check that at the end here and make sure that I don't have to trim anything off. But that little press will put that together. Now, this piece here is 3.5 by 1 3/4. And then this piece here of Granny Apple Green is 2 by 3 3/4. So this is the pocket, and this one is going to glue directly over the top like this. And at the very end of my video, I will go over all of the measurements one more time so that I make sure that you guys have it. And also to safeguard that in my craziness, I didn't miss anything. All right, so there is that piece. So that's what we have so far. So we have this other piece, which is going to be our pull-out, okay? It's this piece that's going to pull out just like this. Now, I want to stamp on this section right here with the May Your Days Be Furry and Bright, because, I mean, what better sentiment for a puppy, right? So we're going to go ahead and ink that into the Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to put that at the top of this piece of Basic White. And then this piece of Basic White is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. While we're stamping, let's go ahead and stamp our Merry Christmas. You can see I've already done our puppy. So I've stamped him, and then I've stamped his bow, and then I fussy cut him out. This card just had a lot of layers, and I didn't want you to have to sit here and watch me fussy cut him out when we have all these parts and pieces to put together, right? So that's why I went ahead and did him ahead of time. So there is the Merry Christmas. And then we have one more little bit of stamping to do. Let's clean these 2 stamps. We are going to do the large circle with the snowflakes on it. So this little piece is going to get attached here with this circle underneath because it's going to be our pull-out, Okay, I'm just gonna leave that right there for now. I'm gonna move this over. Let's go ahead and stamp our snowflakes. Grab my scrap paper, put my little die cut here. We're using Granny Apple Green. Here's my snowflake stamp. This is also in the stamp set. And so we're gonna start just working our way around our circle. And you can see if you stamp it 5 times, you get that cool little snowflake in the center. It looks like like a star snowflake, but that is our snowflake stamp. Let's go ahead and adhere our insert together. I'm gonna put this to the side. So we're gonna glue first this circle piece, okay? And I'm gonna figure out how much of it I want to stick out, and I want it about half, okay? Halfway through the circle. So I'm just gonna mark it with a pencil. Well, I'm actually gonna just hold on to it with my finger, right about there. And so I want my adhesive on, sorry guys, I think I just totally messed that up. That explanation was horrible. Okay, let's try again. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna hold it with my finger. I'm gonna put my finger where I don't want the adhesive, okay? And so this section is not gonna get adhesive. This section is, okay? Once I have that in place, I'm gonna bring that to this piece here, and I'm gonna make sure that it's centered, and it is. And when I'm happy with the placement, I'm gonna go ahead and press it into place like that. Then this layer is gonna get glued right over the top. Sorry about that crazy explanation, but we got it in the end. You know, when I'm designing these projects, I just design them. I don't really think about them. And then when I go to teach you guys how to make it, I have to think, what did I do? How did I do that? So forgive me. Forgive me my craziness. Okay, so there is this piece. And I love that, how that looks. Again, this piece is 4.5 by 3, basic white. So we have Parakeet Party, Granny Apple Green, basic white, and black as our main colors. I love the combination. I think it turned out really awesome. All right, so now let's do some die cutting. Okay, we're gonna die cut this piece out of here, and then this piece, which is where the gift card holder is going to be, you need a little slit there so that you can grab it. Well, I mean, you don't technically need to, but if you wanted to put your card in sideways, you would need it. I just like the way it looks with that cutout, so we're going to use it. We're going to roll with that. So let's get the big machine out, because the mini will not hold this piece. This is 4 inches. The mini goes up to 3.5 inches. So I'm going to pull the big daddy out. We're going to use this die cut on these 2 pieces. And let me get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out. I'm going to go this direction. All right, and hopefully I won't shake the camera too much. But we're going to start with our platform, which is number 1. We're going to place our number 2 on top. Then we have our cutting plate number 3. I'm going to put my sandwich, which is my die cut, on top of my plate where I want it to be cut out. And I'm going to show you this one so that you can see. And we're cutting it out of both pieces. So I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna make sure it's centered on either side right here. And then I will put plate number 3 over the top, and I will hold that in place. And then we're gonna run it through. Okay. And there is that piece, okay? All right, now on to the next piece. This one, I'm gonna slide these layers back. This one is also, I'm gonna show you that piece there. So I'm gonna get about half of it. I'm gonna make sure that it's centered on both sides there. Place this and press that. All right, that gets discarded. All right, we're in the home stretch. Let me put this die away, because if I don't, I will lose it and then I will cry, because I use these dies so much. All right. Let's get the Big Daddy put away. I love this Big Boss. It does such a great job for me. I'm really pleased with it. I think that it's a good value. All right, so this piece here is my holder. This is going to go inside, but first we want to make sure that we have glued this piece for our gift card inside. And so I'm going to grab my mat. I'm going to put adhesive on the 3 sides, so down this edge here, and here, and here. That's it. Place this at the bottom, and just make sure that it holds. I'm going to set it to the side for right now. Let's work on this piece, okay? So now we're going to take our little piece here. We're going to start at the back, and we're going to wrap it to the front like that. Now you're saying, why are you doing that? Why do you want it in the front? Why do you want the seam in the front? Because it's going to be covered. That is the trick. So these pieces, our puppy and our Merry Christmas and are all going to be on the front, see? So the seam is not going to show. So we put it in the front because we don't want this ugly seam to be in the back, and then everybody can see it. So I'm going to put my seam in the front, put a little adhesive there. I'm going to hold on to this and just make sure that I hold it till it grabs. Just like that. Now, whoops, goodness, didn't grab. Let's hold it a little longer. When we put our adhesive on our circle, it does overlap this piece. So when I put that down, I'm actually going to go ahead and put it onto this band. Okay, so we're going to put 4 dimensionals onto this belly band, because we know that the circle will cover those. Okay, and we're going to attach our little puppy also with dimensionals. So I'm going to put 1 down here, 1 at his feet, 1 at his face, maybe 1 right there. And then I over dimensionalize, so forgive me if you don't mind me, but I have to make sure that none of him falls. And so I just put a lot of dimensionals on mine, and I'm going to actually use a small strip for his tail. Why? Because I can. Don't question me. So I know it's a lot of dimensionals, and like I said, you don't have to, but it's my choice, and that's what I choose to do. I love it. All right, so let me grab my take your pick tool. That piece already came off, but we can pull the other ones off with this one. One more, come on. There we go. All right, so this little puppy, oh, I forgot to pull them off of the belly band. I just want to make sure it was really glued down. That's why I left it, and it stuck pretty good. So now we're going to put our snowflake right up here onto our belly band, and our puppy is going to go off kind of to the right because you really want to be able to see all those really cute snowflakes, right? And you want him to look like he's sitting right along this line of the band. So that's what I did with mine. Now we have to figure out where we want our band to go. And I'm going to put it right there because I want to make sure there's a little bit of room. So I'm going to slide it up a little. And we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to do a 3. I'm going to do 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. Whoops, didn't mean to fling that. All right. And let's go ahead and put our Merry Christmas. We would put our gift card in here. I don't have another one of those gift cards, but I will be getting a gift card because I will be using these guys. And I'm going to make sure that that gets slid into our piece. And then the belly band, I don't want that moving around. So I'm actually going to slide it up slightly. Okay. And I'm going to put some wet adhesive just right onto that piece there in the center, and I'm just going to slide the band down. And when I'm happy with the placement of the band, I'm going to press it down into place. Just like that. And when you pull out, there is your gift card. I hope that you guys like this project. I think it turned out pretty awesome. I think I want the, maybe a bright colored gift card on this one. So I'll have to see what I can find. But I have this little gift card hanging around. I thought it went really good with the snowflakes. I may have to try and find that one again. I think it's a Walmart gift card. But I hope that you've enjoyed watching me make this fun project with the Christmas Scottie Bundle. Don't forget, Stylish Shapes backed us up, as well as Whimsical Woodland 3D. So don't forget about those as well. If you guys do not subscribe to my channel, please do so. Let me go over the measurements real fast and make sure that you have them all. Okay. The main piece was Granny Apple Green. It was 5.5 by 8.5, and we scored it at 4 and 8 inches. And then we put glue down that 1/2 inch side and folded it to make the pocket. The basic white piece that's on the front is 4.5 by 3 3/4, and it was embossed with the Whimsical Woodlands. The designer series paper that is on this front belly band was 1 3/4 by 8.5. And the parakeet party cardstock that it is nested onto is 2 inches by 8.5. Then on the inside here, this piece of parakeet party, that's the pullout, is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and the basic white that goes on top is 3 by 4.5. The designer series paper that holds our piece at the bottom is 3.5 by 1 3/4, and the Granny Apple Green piece that is here is 3 3/4 by 2 inches. I use scraps of Granny Apple Green for the pullout and for this die, and I also used a scrap of Parakeet Party for this bannered end. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this project. Again, if you don't subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you do so. If you would like to purchase from me and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. You can just send me a message. If you need catalogs, I would be happy to send those to you with your first order. And I do treat my customers really well. I have free tutorial bundles with over 30 projects a month if you spend $50 with me. All of my customers, regardless of size of purchase, get my customer appreciation card. And you can collect those and resend them out to other people. So I do have lots of things that I do for my customers. I do like to spoil you guys. I do lots of free classes, and I always do a whole week of projects with each bundle that I show so that you have lots of ideas. So I hope that you guys will either become a customer, a subscriber, and if you are a demonstrator or if you have a demonstrator, you can always help me out by sharing my content. That costs you nothing, and you can hit that share button, thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. That helps YouTube send me out to other people, and I would greatly appreciate that help. So thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping, guys!